Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Today, we take a closer look at the stories shaping our communities and our future, going past the surface and into the context, the impact, and the conversations that matter.
In every episode, we move past what's trending and examine what the headlines truly mean for everyday Filipinos.
I'm Mildred Galarpe.
And I'm DJ Moises.
Good day and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Today, we're focusing on entrepreneurship, specifically how Cebu and its academic institutions can play a stronger role in nurturing future business leaders and innovators.
And joining us for this discussion is Mr. Eugene Erik Lim, President and CEO of Topline Group. He will share his perspectives on how to strengthen Cebu's entrepreneurial ecosystem and inspire more Cebuanos to venture into business. Mayong
Udto.
Udto.
Eric.
Hi.
And,
Maing
and,
Udto.
and welcome.
Yeah.
Mayo yung Bisaya.
Mayo.
Maayo ra
Maing
yung
Udto,
makapasa.
Mildred and DJ.
Makapasara, dili ka ng maing adto, ka ng dili kaunyo, di ba? Very good,
Very
Eric.
good, very good.
Bisaya tang dako.
Yes, taga San Carlos giga. Anyway,
So sige. When we were having discussion earlier, Manggod, one of the common interests for a topic such as this one is really on our culture siguro, no? We call it, or our academic upbringing, in which they tend to encourage successful careers or being employees and not necessarily becoming an entrepreneur. So, sige. But before we go into the serious stuff, if you're not an
So this is the
entrepreneur,
serious one?
not yet.
Not yet.
If you're not an entrepreneur, because I know you've been introduced so many times already as an entrepreneur, but beyond the titles and beyond the achievements, who is Erik Lim?
Well, again, first and foremost, thank you for having me. No? It's a pleasure being here. I'm Mildred and DJ. I could probably say Eric is a family man. No? Of course, I'm fortunate enough. I have a very supportive wife with the kids. As what they say, one of the most important decisions that you would make in life is choosing the right partner.
agree.
No? So I was fortunate enough to have that, and of course, my siblings, my parents are also very supportive. So I guess I could say, for us, what we're doing in not only personally but professionally, we're looking at businesses that could give meaning, and also hopefully change the world for the better. So that's why we're very, very focused on what we're doing right now.
Nindot kitong changing the world for the better. Kay kasagaran akong nahibaw-an, may gikag entrepreneur, it's always
Money making.
well, profit magid siya, but it's nice for young CEOs to think na aside from the profit nga ilang makuha, it's for a better world. Kay part man sila na nga world,
Correct.
di ba? So, but ako, Eric, interested ko on, how old are you? Is it okay?
Okay. Almost 40, I might say.
You're almost 40,
Almost
but
40 na.
you're already a CEO. Right? So, well, I know kanang imong family is into the business, but unsa ang challenges and struggles nga imo sang giagian, kay I'm sure dili sad to siya walk in the park, no?
Yeah. So I guess it's always important to understand na,
Yeah.
when we start something new, or even if it's a succession business, or even in our careers, we have to understand there will be some struggles siguro na yung gingon, but there has to be learnings along the way. So for us, I just had that great opportunity because we're basically the third generation in the family, as what I said earlier. The first generation, the first two generations were into mall development, they're into real estate. And then for us in Topline, as a group, we're still
Feel free to ask.
we're still into real estate, mall development. We're into ports, and currently, just recently, we just listed a different subsidiary which is more into fuel distribution. So for us, along the way, it took us time to develop certain skill sets.
Yeah.
No? And when you develop different skill sets, you also have to understand na there you have to pay the tuition. No? So we have to pay the tuition, meaning there will be setbacks, there will be challenges. But if we just focus on what we can do, I think anything is hopefully possible. No?
And we've been hearing about several skill sets, no, from mindsets also of leaders and entrepreneurs. In your case, what are the three? Okay, I know there's a lot now, or you can
Okay.
extend to 5 if you want.
Top
no?
5.
Top
Okay,
five.
top 5 lang.
Top 5. No? Kanang skill sets that are important for an entrepreneur to have.
Well, I guess we have to break down some certain industries. That it really depend.
That's a good
Let's say,
point.
for example, if you're into a certain industry, you have to really dig deeper into research. Right now, in fact, if the 10 years ago, if we were thinking about certain skill sets, possibly it's possibly the same 10 years later, but we may have to update it. So meaning, discipline should be there, of course, no?
The core. That's the
No,
core.
That's the core. But the next thing probably there is adaptability.
Yeah.
No, as individuals, as human beings. No, so it's not only for business, because for us in a fast changing world, before when we do our strategic plannings, we can implement it in a year. Right now, because of the fast paced na technologies, we have to implement it in a week. So what I'm trying to say here is there's no right balance right now in terms of skill set. We just have to adapt with the certain industries and the trends as we go along.
So
I think-
discipline, adaptability, and from there, the rest will follow.
Yeah, mo agree gid ko anang kanang adaptability kay kung if you fail to adapt ang progression lisod ba
Exactly.
no like kalang good for example gikan kas imong analog di
No.
ba Tak, tak, pas the power of the thumb pag nana ka sa quench is the power of the kanina nga finger kay
Exactly.
sino nang kag-ana so dako sa gay ang technology no ang trigger sa technology sa kanang ang pag-adapt gid sa technology tinud na kay according to them 365 days ang real life but ang technology it's only actually 6 months ang 1 year nila
Exactly.
so karon nagmaster ka sa Excel by the time na master na ka sa Excel na nay laing
There's
program
another
which
one.
is mo na trend mo na gigamit so kinahanglan paspas gid ka kay kung if you fail fast diba
So, sige. In that context ba, adaptability and also learning the ropes or the lessons, some, at least entrepreneurs that I know, they're usually compelled or if not, the lack of kanang appetite for risk to actually continue what the first gen has started. But in your case, you actually followed a path different from the conventional one. So how did you arrive into that decision?
Well, I think it's more of the as what we've mentioned, adaptability of the times. So what we're trying to see right now are the trends. So again, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, trends would be more of industrial facing, maybe more into real estate. And then eventually, when we finished college or even during college, we also saw different trends in the mix, such as energy security would play a role. So we entered into the fuel distribution segment, ports because there's also more cargos coming in.
Correct.
So there's no one size fits all decision making right now. But what's important there is it's either you have a succession planning in your business, you're the first generation, you want to sustain it or to give your business to the next generation. It would really depend on what you want to do. But what's important there is what's the direction that the company has.
And earlier you mentioned about tuition figurative, no, that you had to pay. So early on, growing up in a family business, what lesson did you learn from
Yeah.
it? Which, this is the twist, you eventually had to unlearn
Okay.
now that you are on your own.
I think if you're, this is how I see it. I think if you're the first generation, and you said it quite nicely earlier, if you're in the first generation mindset, you want to make sure that you're doing everything, diba? And then when you proceed to the next generation, the second generation, they want to expand, no? And then they want to see how do we do it? Do we do it on the same area of responsibility that we're expanding, or do we go to other ventures, no, other markets? And then the third generation, they say usually because they're happy with the first two generations, they squander the
Yeah.
they
I was
squander
afraid for you
the
to say that, but you did say it. No?
they
Okay.
squander the unfortunately
Oh.
that's what they say. And for us, again, we're very very fortunate as the third generation. We're still having that desire to even learn more. So we have to instill in the next generation on how do we give more value, no, to society as a whole, to the business, because as what I think the main discussion here is about entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is basically making sure that you're undertaking a certain business or a certain task, not to give more value, and that's what we're doing as entrepreneurs right now, solving a certain problem that could give more to society.
Mura siya kanang ang gisulti ni Eric, what comes to mind is that line in the movie katong The Robots. See the need, feel the need. So murag you see the opportunity, finding solutions to problems ba. So it's an opportunity for you not just to expand on your brand, but to feel the requirements of society.
And this is if I may add, this is actually the best time to be an entrepreneur.
Oh.
No?
It's not too late for us.
Not too late, huh? So you know why? Again, we've been discussing about this in the office. No, even I think Andrea is here. So we've been discussing about AI.
Yes.
Diba? I think everyone's using AI right
Yes.
now. Well, most of us.
Yes.
And there's now a trend right now. I just read this in the news. They call it solopreneur.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
So meaning, before when we discuss with certain ideas, we evaluate. Maybe we have some drinks, no, to make sure that we have an open mind
Yes.
on discussing certain ideas. And maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago, we would want to deep dive on certain items, no, with our friends, with our peers, with possible partners. And now, with an advent of AI,
Correct.
we can have a strategic consultant. We can ask, what do you think? It's not 100% accurate, but
Yes.
at least you can bounce ideas.
Yes, yes.
So right now, in the trend of business, they have this, they call it solopreneurs, that's going to basically bounce ideas with AI, or maybe some friends or whatsoever,
Or augment the needs.
or augment the needs, no? And they see certain opportunities that's still out there that they can capture. So it's actually a very very good time for
Yes.
young entrepreneurs right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a lot
labor
of
is-
tools. There's a lot of
Correct.
tools
Tools.
available already.
Although there's perceived bad side and good side
yeah.
to it, but I prefer to look at the good
Good
side
side.
a bit, because in this context, instead of spending a lot of overhead, which entrepreneurs in the past would need to spend just for them to be able to start a business, they hire a consultant, they hire an assistant, they hire so many people. But this time, you can just start. I like the term solopreneur. You can start on your own, and then you can ask AI to help you.
Yes. I think everything always has its bad and its good
Correct.
side. Like social media was really built for a good thing. You connect families, you connect friends and everything. But there are also people using it to scam other people. So it's just how you use the tool. The tool is there. I mean, even siguro the time of Adam and Eve, there's always a good and a bad side. Just like the apple. Anyway, going back.
Sige.
So, Padayon. Ako is, how did growing up in a business family influence you approach to risk and innovation?
Well, very much. No, I must say, since if you're into business, there's no usually there's no writings on the wall, as they say. So if you look at your parents and then they're doing certain businesses, you see the traits, you see what the do's and don'ts, but you're also sure that they're not perfect, and that's why the next generation has to fill that gap. So meaning, let's say if you go to a certain school, for me, I went to the University of San Carlos. They gave us really good insights. No? So, and as what we've discussed earlier, on the fourth year, usually we have a practicum, Mildred. No? So we sell our products at the same time. So even before graduating, we had that influence to probably try to sell to different customers, and with that background with the family as part of the real estate business, it really gave us some insights on what to do.
Was that your first? Because they say that every entrepreneur, they have their first hustle. No, was that your first hustle?
I could probably say my first hustle. Remember before when, diba, we don't have of course, the iPads and everything. We had to put everything in a CD.
Which
yes.
CD? The
The
circle
sorry,
one?
the circle one. The
Okay,
circle
the
one.
circle one.
The
Okay.
CD. So
I thought you reached the floppy one. No? No, just
Okay.
kidding. Or continue.
well before. So what we did before during high school, because we were given a very limited budget.
Ooh. Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
So we had to be more resourceful. So what we did, this is for me. So since the computer just came along, and there was this opportunity to burn, diba, you burn the CDs there,
In a CD, yeah.
the CD. So what I did for me, I got a list of songs from my friends, and then I said, "Oh, I'll charge
a
you how much."
playlist,
no?
Make a playlist and.
Duda ko, usa ni siya sa katong atubangan sa San Carlos nga mang burn og
Ade.
music.
Ayaw kay mo yun sa pirated, diba?
Dakpon ka Sony
Sige
Music.
lang.
But this
Liberal
was-
pa man at that time.
This
no?
was like
It was still an open market.
that was like high school or elementary or something.
Morning panahon na katong, was it katong isudan nimo ang, what's it tawag ato?
Walkman.
Walkman, di ba?
Walkman.
This is
This
the
is the
Walkman
time.
era.
Walkman
So,
era.
man, okay.
Yes.
So yeah, so again, I'm not saying that I did that for quite some time, but
Yes.
I think I saw that opportunity
Yeah.
na if you create something valuable,
Correct.
you can actually sell it.
Okay.
And obviously that's actually where the playlists are now.
Correct.
Diba? So it came from that origin.
Nangupira na si Spotify sa katunga idea.
Ah.
Okay? So now, talking of opportunity, when you founded Topline in 2013, what gap or opportunity did you see in the market?
So when we started Topline, we were thinking about different kinds of businesses at first. So one of those would be, of course, real estate. They were thinking about the franchise business, which is a restaurant. We were also thinking about, at that time, fuel. So we were into different areas of the industry as to where it would make sense. And eventually, so far, because Cebu was, again, Cebu is not Cebu 15 years ago,
Yes.
if you may recall. And even per industry study, Cebu has been outpacing the national average for 3-5 years. So we've been growing more than the national GDP.
Yeah.
And Cebu is Cebu. And the people here is very, very intelligent, very smart. In fact, I heard before during college, they said, usually the restaurants would want to make a case study in Cebu
Yeah, I heard about
if
that.
they would thrive in different areas. Kay mga thrifty kuno gamay.
Kanang value for money.
Value
yun
for
ang
money
sila.
ang Cebuano. So which is nice.
Yes.
So basically, if you thrive in Cebu, you can also thrive
Somewhere else.
somewhere else.
Just the same anang idea sa concert. If you do concerts daw in Cebu and you can make Cebuanos stand up and clap, then that means you're
Wow.
good. Mo sa na akong nadunggan sa music nga industry. So kaning mga Cebuano, grabe gini sila standards gud siguro, no? Kita na yung mga Cebuano. Dili kining mga Cebuano. Kitang mga Cebuano. Proud to be a bisdak good. Okay, ikaw.
So now that there is a vision, you need people in your team also to help you or collaborate with you to achieve that vision. So what kind of leaders also do you recruit to your team?
So actually, so when we started, we were only like how many 2 or 3 packs in the office.
Oh.
No, when we started, 2 or 3 packs, and then right now we're happy to we're about more than 500, or probably next year we'll be close to 1,000 for the group. The group. So for us, and we didn't just leap from one year to the next year. It took us time, no?
2017, no?
2013 and then 2017.
Okay.
So different kinds of mga timelines. But for us, what we check in our talent, the team, because at the end of the day, we can't do it alone.
Yes.
No? It's basically the team, the people behind.
Yeah.
So we're very blessed that we have a really great team. Sila, of course, our vice president, the senior vice president is si Ma'am Bridget, is handling operations. Our si Attorney Mikey, our CFO, is handling the financial side of the business, and so much other people, no, mga advisors and everyone else. So for us, because what's important in a team level is not only the talent, it's how they know what's the culture in the company,
Fit.
Yeah.
if they're a good fit or not. So that's why when we do our talent acquisition, we want to make sure that do they understand what is Topline, or do we have the same outlook, or the vision of the company is the same, because everyone there has their own skill set.
Stakeholders sila sa...
Stakeholders na nun eh.
Stakeholder, yeah.
So we want to make sure that everyone would understand the vision of Topline, and we grow, we empower everyone else. No, so for us in Topline, we're very, very fortunate that we have a really great team, and these great team members, if we give them a very precise vision, everyone will just focus on that, and that's what we're doing right now in the company.
And I hope our viewers have captured that now, especially for those as of this time are still looking for a job, not yet to become an entrepreneur, but to work for a company. Because normally, on a personal note, when I ask the question, Banga, what do you know about the company? If the applicant don't have a good answer, the impression that I get is this person is just looking for a job, not building a career.
Yo, I think it's
Yeah.
it's kana siya nga kana siya sa karon nga panahon ba no nga kanang mas maayo when mag talent kanang recruitment ka kanang kasabot ang tao. Why are you there, di ba? Kay lisod kay nang naalang ka diha trabaho, kay later on magsige kag kwenta nga oy 8 hours na ko dili na ko mo na niya si Kenneth Miss di na ko mo edit ana kay 8 hours na patay tani net.
So there's no fit.
Patay tani dili ta fit net, dili ta fit, dili ta ana. So
Yeah, no
swap.
comment.
So I think kana siya kanang nindot siya nga kanang things to remember for those kanang they have their own nga building their own business ba nga ang success good of a business is your human power good.
Exactly.
It's your human resource, so build good na nimo.
And it's also very, very inspirational for me, and I think for everyone in the company. Let's say in terms of let's say for example the recent earthquake. So for us, we want to make sure that everyone is accounted for.
Yeah.
So everyone is checking
Proof of life.
proof of life, or of course that's important.
Yes.
And we didn't have to say anything. They just we have a really great system in place to check about succession planning at the same time. So business continuity plan is also there. We're even enhancing more systems right now because of the recent calamities. So for us and certain heads or certain talents, they even go the extra mile even during 12 midnight,
Yes.
weekends. There's no weekends or
Or a day off.
Or day off for us.
Walay
It's,
counting kana ba kanang
it's,
i-value gyud ni mong empleyado nga dili mag-ihap sa iyang oras nga wa na sa akong job description. Kahila ko popcorn na. Diba? Because you should remember nga kanang it's a team effort. I mean bahalag imong trabaho not related to that, but if you can contribute,
Correct.
why not, di ba? So if inana ang environment wa nindot gyud.
And-
Pero
sige.
pag ingon nimo ba nga kanang you're accounting everybody and then sa kami sa newsroom nag-account sad mi sa tanan, but later on ang among na kinsay mo adto sa bugo ugma.
yeah.
Nag-account na yun mi. Okay, safe tanan. Okay, safe. Now, kinsay mo adto bugo ugma. Weird ba na
So I would assume daganing volunteer.
There were a few people nga wa gid lisod ikastorya. Kami mo adto, this is what we're going to do.
That's
So
nice.
it
That's
was dili siya
Buyag,
di siya
buyag.
lisod nga kanang to assign people ba. Although at first nahadlok, but you can there's no story worth dying for. So imo gyud safety gyud sa team. If you feel nga hadlok mo, don't proceed.
Yeah.
Boy
Exactly.
mawa na to if mauli mo. Pero wa man mga isog mga thousand staff. Parang kini.
So, come on. But engagement.
Engagement.
No?
Yeah. Pero kay sa imong isulti as entrepreneur, you're ano man pud sa welfare sa imong society. I think for journalism, that's our contribution as well.
That's nice.
And actually, the way I see it, that's because there is a formal definition of engagement, employee engagement. But for me, it's also like marriage. So you have to know the company that you want to join and what's the fit. So part of that is also, katong kaganina, if I would ask, what do you know about the company? So it's like you're getting married with the company and you don't know the company. So that's
Exactly.
the impression.
So
The reverse pod,
Sumura ka gikan ng gibuya lang ka DJ.
which as unfortunately sometimes would happen, there's lack of engagement.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah, wa
Because,
kanang
the relationship, the connection is not there.
kana bang you're like mura kag zombie ba nga ni trabaho lang ka wa kay connection to di walay di ba second family good nimo ang company because you spend 8 of your
Exactly.
your
Correct.
waking hours
Most
there.
of your waking hours, actually.
Yes.
And then the other pod is kanang, do you have any questions?
You mean-
And then walay question. That to me is also an indicator that
Okay.
this person is just here for the job and not necessarily to be engaged, and to really be part of
But
the
if
journey.
naa kay inana, how are you going to convert that to an engaging
Sige.
person?
So again, when we do certain processes in the company, so there are different layers, and as much as possible for us in Topline, we want to make sure that there's probably 1, 2, or maximum 3 layers of hierarchy, because we want to extract the best ideas in the company. We don't really think about hierarchy in terms of the decision making is there, but we want to get fresh ideas from everyone. So that's why the company is set up like that. It's basically built like a startup from the beginning until now. So that's what we're doing. So to go back to the main discussion about entrepreneurship. So what we're doing right now is we're not talking about employees or just staff. We're also cultivating that entrepreneurship mindset in the Topline Group. So meaning I can be an entrepreneur. A certain head can be an entrepreneur. A certain employee can be an entrepreneur. So as long as they align towards the vision of the company, that would really matter for us.
And this is no longer just necessarily with Topline, but for those who are currently employed, meaning they have not taken the leap just yet. So in the context of turning points or differentiation, what kind of trait, that a person needs to have, or an employee na lang needs to have, for him or her to be able to say, I am a good manager, I'm a good employee, but I think this is time for me to build my own and become an entrepreneur?
Well, I think it's more of if you see again, it's always about possible niche markets that you can fulfill. So if, let's say, for example, if you're an employee right now and you'd want to venture into a certain business, and of course the unknown, the fear of the unknown is there.
Yes.
But nakabalo kung
Mo-work ba?
work ba na or di. But at the end of the day, you'll never know until you try.
Yes.
Diba? So I always read this this line, no, usually, and it goes, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Correct?
No? So what we're trying to instill there in a different mindset is, if you don't want to start right now, and you have an idea, you're never sure about it if it's going to work or not. But if you try it and possibly you fail, well, you have no choice. You have to bite the bullet, or pay the tuition. So, but you learn from it.
Yes.
And that's what you said earlier, Mildred. You have to fail faster.
So you
No.
will learn that
You will learn.
it will not work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Kaysa magsige ka og kanang hata-hata ba nga, what if? Kanang yung what if? What if?
Pero kuan lang pod, again, you just have to make sure that you also have a backup plan. No, okay, of course, if let's say for example, if you're an employee right now, you have your family, everything else. You also have to pace everything. No, for your personal state as of now. No.
And then this time, you've mentioned about how USC was a contributor
Oh, yeah.
for you
Yeah,
to be able
definitely.
to not just become an entrepreneur but to actually start something. That's also new. But if we are to go back to primary or secondary, what kind of teaching do you recommend that by the time they reach college, more or less the entrepreneurial seed has already been planted?
Yes. Kanang pareho ra na siya sa atuang kultura, kanang kuan kayo, hugot kayo ang education. And apparently ang education karon is really facing great challenges. So unsa kaha ang nakita nimo na dapat pa lang in the earlier stages of education nakamunta na siya ba? Nakaplant na siya. Dili something kani siya nga entrepreneurship para lang ni sa ganahan magnegosyo or naay capability
Or
magnegosyo
anak og negosyante.
ini-college lang. So kana siya nga thinking discriminatory na siya daan.
Bitaw, sakto.
Di ba? Discriminatory na siya daan kay so tungod kay dili siya anak og negosyante, wala siya entrepreneurial skills. So unsa ka ang what do you think nga kind of subject or a discipline or a principle nga ato nang gisugod og tudlo elementary pa lang.
Well, I think teaching would play a role, no?
Yes.
At the end of the day. But what's important siguro is for the parents to also evaluate your children. At first, so because not everyone has the entrepreneurial mindset. So meaning, if let's say if you see your kid right now at an early age, let's say for example they're still 5 or 6 years old. No, well, for me, I have a 4-year-old, si Kayon, just our eldest. So for me, if I would want him to, of course, to be an entrepreneur in the future. And probably for me, what I can do is influence him, show him certain business processes, what we're doing, the systems. But again, at the end of the day, as parents, we have to evaluate what are their skill sets. So what if you can see they're actually meant to be an architect or a doctor,
Yes.
and you force them into an entrepreneur? I don't think it's also fair for them.
Yes.
So as parents, we have to be mindful on those certain elements as our kids, no? Their traits nga unsa may maayo nga paagi nila.
But I think bisan pag unsa nga profession imong kwaon, ang kapag ka entrepreneur kinahanglan dapat like ako journalism. I don't know how to sell. Di ko kiba mo sell sa services or sa whatever ba, because wala mo ginagitudlo ever since. I'm just taught how to write truthfully and everything. You know, my children grow up in the newsroom because I don't have a yaya, so I have to bring them here. So far sa ila wala ni take og journalism, but kung naisunog, paspas kay mo send og picture, naisunog diri. Because I think they grow up in environment nga inana.
Okay.
Pero wag gid na ko na sila pugsa nga pag-journalism ako no. But ano sila ba? So,
It's caught rather than
so
taught.
same sad siya. Pero mo lagi na ako mas mo tend ko og ano nga kanang, because whatever is your profession, if you're a doctor, you're not a good entrepreneur, pwede mo lang 500 pesos ang imong doctor's fee.
Imong
So
consultation.
dili nimo taga eksaktong value imong service. So kanang mura siya, I think kana siya nga principle or discipline, generic gid na siya ba. Kay bisag unsa imong profession, bisag pari pa ka kinahanglan nga makabaw sa negosyo para sa
correct.
ihatag nimo after giving the mass.
So, yeah. So,
But anyhow, sige, just to dive deeper into that ba. But this is still a stereotype and impression during my time. But it's just more of a case study. During my time, some people would tell me that if you wish to become an entrepreneur, you go to De La Salle. If you wish to be successful in a corporate career, you go for Ateneo. So to a certain extent, there's an impression that a school can actually mold something out of you.
So a perfect example, DJ is, so in San Carlos during college, we have different. I think you mentioned earlier you taught the practicum part, di ba? But for me, what I experienced there is a little bit different than I don't know with other students. I had that opportunity to also enter into different organizations. So let's say, for example, the business organization, the Supreme Student Council. So it taught us more about leadership roles. And then during the tail end of my student days, the name of that organization was Society of Young Business Executives, SAIBE. And then during my last term in college, I said, why are we only teaching them executive classes? There should be an entrepreneur side. No? Kaya naman po yung negosyante na po yung empleyado. Nilahi man siya. So we spoke with our advisors to the whole business community there to amend the name. So we changed it from Society of Business Executives to, we added another E, which is Society of Business Executives and Entrepreneurs. Now, to make sure that there's also that responsibility for us as a school, now to also teach entrepreneurship. And right now, there's a lot of classes right now in San Carlos, which they're also evolving with the times.
Yeah, ang mo answer ka sa needs sa industry. It's for journalism, for example. Sa una, you just if you're a print lagi ka, but karon they're now called multimedia. So
okay.
you now know how to use the camera even if you're not a photographer. You know how to use your phone to take videos. So grabe gyud ang pag-evolve ba. So I think maugid na siya. Nausab na sad angan. Sa una masscom karon communications na, di ba? So
Communications.
broad na gid siya kaayo. So I think pero mo lagi na murag akong feeling gid nga murag diri pa lang sa ubos kanang bisag the discipline lang of being an entrepreneur ba naa na bitaw.
Okay, there's also influence from the parents.
Yes.
Diba? So if we instill the when we mold our kids to be better individuals in the future, entrepreneurs ba na sila, or of course they're also God-fearing, tanan. So it also that's their
Nurture.
that's their core values na.
No good.
And then when they grow up, they tend to go back to their core values and even enhance it more, hopefully.
Okay, we had a conversation earlier, Magud, when I was teaching practicum in USC. One of my students actually asked, because at that time I was employed, and it's practicum, business practicum, and then one of my students actually asked, bravely, asked, "Sir, you're teaching practicum and you're teaching us to become better entrepreneurs, but you are not an entrepreneur. How come?" So that question was already inside my head, but it was at that moment when I just like, I think I need to think about this really seriously. And yes, to make the long story short, the answer was nurture. I told my class that I grew up with parents who are successful in their careers. So that subconsciously became my measure of success. But probably if I grew up in a household in which my parents were entrepreneurs, then maybe subconsciously that could have been my measure of success. So to a certain extent, family also has an influence into that decision.
Okay, ato biya ka mo uli mag-dinner, DJ. So,
And the
ato
conversation
gina,
on the
ato gina
table,
magstorya, di ba?
Oo.
When we, okay, dili mo magkadungan o meals during the day because lain-lain yung schedules. But on weekends, that's the time nga magstorya na ka na nga conversation. So, mo lagi na importante gid na mga parents.
I'm sure Mildred, ang pangutana sa parents ni DJ when he comes home, asa na bud man ka karon? Asa ka naglag-lag?
Sa Ayala, kuyog ni Eric.
Aka pa dong, di ba supposedly
di ba mo uli naman ka?
di ba supposedly ikay duties tindahan ron? Di ba? So, Eric, Topline has evolved from, fuel trading company into a diversified business with retail, logistics, port operations. Na interested ko sa port operations. How did you manage this transformation?
So what we do now in Topline is basically we have a vision, we have a roadmap, and what we want to do in the different subsidiary and affiliates. We want to make sure that everything is can synergize with each other. So meaning, let's say for example, for the port, since we're into fuel, we basically refuel the
ships,
vessels in the ports.
Vessels.
So since we also have a tech business, we're the one automating the South Bus, North Bus, even sa Boracay right now. So what we're doing is the tech business is also doing enhancement to our process flow and systems in our internal organization for the Topline Group. So what we're doing now is we're entering into different segments in the market that could amplify the whole
Or
Topline Group
integrate, no?
and integrate.
So murag ang each businesses can
Synergize.
and murag suppliers ka isig supplier mo sa inyong needs, right? So,
Yeah. So we have our own, of course, we're supplying our own needs, but we're also the main chunk of the business is still from our customers. But since we have that, we're also enhancing the whole internal Topline ecosystem.
You have already answered a portion of the question, but just in case there are things that you still wish to add, you're not the only company in that space.
Oh, yeah,
diba?
yeah.
So what differentiates Topline from all these companies in that same space?
So a perfect example possibly would be into the fuel industry. No, since that's basically the recent one that we for that industry, we're a small player in that industry. There's a lot of giants in the industry,
ones, no?
the branded ones pa. So but for us, so we have Topline business, the listed company, and we have two different subsidiaries, light fuels and logistics, which is importation. For light fuels, what we're doing now is we're catering to a certain niche market in the industry. So what are the niche market that we're looking at? These are the two-wheel vehicles. Ano yung mga motor ba?
daghan kina sila.
Nagkan makay sila, buyag, no? So what we're doing now is we're enhancing a value proposition for our customers that would cater to that group, to that niche market. So another example would be we're not calling ourselves a gasoline station, but a service station. So meaning, when you go to our stations, it's basically more service facing. So karon we're incorporating technologies in the mix, such as we have an automated motor wash, no, automatic nga motor wash. Di na siya manual, gamba magkuhan pa. Guess how many minutes a motor wash? Automated.
I don't know.
5 minutes only.
How's the water consumption?
Very good. Okay, it's more limited man.
So dili ka na, di
And
ba?
ma-recycle pa siya.
Yes, kay mo gani akong when you go to subdivisions or makita gyud ka kanang mga piso kanang coin ba? Then makita gyud nako ang usik sa tubig, DJ. Binuwang because of pressure man siya. So, oh my God, nagnihit tag tubig and yet inana ba? So I'm very interested. Kay, karon ang issue sa business is just also i-consider the sustainability ba yan
Correct.
yun?
Correct. So so these are things, technologies that were
5
very, very,
minutes, not bad.
very, very. It's quite interesting.
Yes.
No, and so when you go to the station, you get the motor wash. We have a lounge there. Nailibre nga kape, nailibre nga tubig.
May na kayo ng libreng kape.
So ano na? So these are things that we're adding to the mix. That's not
To the
there
value.
in the other
Yes.
giants.
Yeah.
And then soon, we're also launching an automated car wash system po in one of our service stations. Guess how many minutes po na ang car wash?
Sige, ibutan na tog 10 minutes. Di sa.
2 to 3 minutes max.
Hala, ninaog.
This is the one like it's moving now.
Kuhan lang siya kanang it's a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Na under chassis nga wash and then the wheels tanan. So it's going to be something different.
Sige, let us know once i-launch na ni mo.
Yeah, of course. So we're very excited for
Yes,
this.
very excited. But
You
how
meant-
many outlets do you have
Okay.
for now?
So currently, since we also, I think it was disclosed in the exchange as a PSC, we also acquired a network of 38 stations. No,
Nationwide.
This is basically in Visayas.
Visayas.
No,
okay.
so but majority is in Cebu.
Okay.
So for us, when we build the stations, we build it organically and also inorganic, meaning the acquisition. So currently we have about 50 stations in our network, and since we just bought or acquired the other 38 stations, we're also rebranding it. No, so karon if you go to the north, we have different light fuels there. To the south, nag-rebrand po ta. So we're looking at possibly by early next year or mid next year, mahuman na tag rebrand sa tanan.
I'm curious lang there because of this particular topic, and this is more of the context of your thought process.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you decide to go for the white station market and not the branded station market?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think since if you're going to the branded market, you have to franchise it.
Correct.
Diba? You have to franchise. Whereas for us, since we're into the fuel industry business, since we're also distributing to, we call it mga commercial or industrial clients, mga bulk,
like
mga
shipping companies.
We're also doing so others
Construction companies.
construction. So karon, in the mix we have industrial and now we have retail. So we said, we may have also to expand the retail branch of the business. So when ginahinay lang po tag expand buyag.
Got it.
So and again, we didn't go from 1 to 10 in 2 years, 3 years. It took us time to make sure that the processes and the systems are in place. And in fact, we got really good talent in. No? Also, gikan pud sa fuel industry. We had to
And then
get them in.
to synchronize all these businesses, no, nga they talk to each other.
And then the other piece actually, which pleasantly surprised me, it's because correct me if I'm wrong, but you're also expanding towards EV stations.
Oh yeah, correct.
Palit kag kuan?
No,
Ah,
what I
okay.
meant actually by is some people they look at it, some companies they look at it as a competition.
Oh yeah.
Diba? But in their case, instead of looking, I mean, I'm putting words into your mouth.
Ah.
You articulate better, no? But instead of looking at this as
The
competitors,
competitor.
they opened their own.
So it's again, as what we've discussed before, the
Correct.
trends.
Correct.
Diba, the trends are your friends. So what are the trends right now?
Correct.
EV is one.
Yes.
Now maybe in the future there's another technology, another kind of fuel siguro that we can also expand to. But again, the station soon, it already has the infrastructure to accommodate the EV charging. So we're just going to install the EV infrastructure.
I think that's
soon.
the adaptability.
Correct.
Yes. That's
Okay.
kay kanang what if mo na gid na siya, so when are you going to set up
Correct.
when saturated
Agree.
ni gid kay imong market? Oh.
So instead of fighting the trend,
No, kanang accept it, embrace it. Same as AI. There's a lot of people saying AI is for the dumb. I mean, when the internet Pagsud sa internet, everything, putan awaron uwa internet, ma'am. Gubot, gubot, pas lukot, di ba?
Or the older story, although I wasn't born during that time.
Wait, are you sure?
Sige, go.
Kita mo tong
Pagbigyan ka na na mo.
Just kidding. Patay na ka.
Sige.
Sige. No, but I also learned that digital camera was actually invented by one of the engineers in Kodak. But they did not pursue that route because they thought digital camera will compete with their
Correct.
films.
Correct.
But look what happened. So that's why I would say that instead of fighting EV stations because it would create supposedly an impression like, oh, this is our competition. But
Tanawas Nokia.
That's a
Daghan
trend.
kayo nga learning.
Daghag na
Look at
ba?
Nokia. Diba? Kana bang you were there but kana gid I think ang keyword dito is adaptability. Because you will die if you will not adapt.
and competition can be an opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes.
and in fact, since we're talking about AI, they based on the research, when there's going to be a jump of about 30%, more or less 30% of efficiency because of that. So what do you mean by that? So during the internet age, katong 1990s or
Yes,
even before
1990s.
us, katong kita sa una nga nang ato patag library and
So suwat pa ba?
suwat pa.
Nagkukuha yun, oh.
And uy, na naman
Search.
Nag-
Pila lang ka ana. Oh, dara.
Nag-burn tawag music
Pag man
CD.
pag-copy sa internet, parang mo tagi-copy. No, so,
Pareho di ang gi-search. Pareho. Chow sa URL na.
so right now, when the internet came, we took out the libraries. Kaya na naman sa
Na naman
internet.
sa internet.
So efficiency, ning bump siya how many percent? Maybe 10% or even more, a little bit more. But now with the advent of AI, they say it's going to increase efficiency, no, 30% more or less per year.
Hinumdum ko anang increase. Remember si Councilor Pipito was here and he has a proposal about a project digitalization in City Hall. Nga have an AI gawa sa City Hall. Nga muta na lang ka nga to, City Hall. Ganahan kumukuha og
Business permit.
business permit unsaon
What do I
ako
need to
then
do?
the AI will just have to tell you
Biyana,
how to do it
biyana.
di ba karon atong City Hall manguta na kag maasa ko magkuha business permit so na ba mo tingog nimo wa gyud tudlo ka bisag asa
Or my pet peeve since yesterday, you get different answers.
yeah, sa'yo. But if you have that system if you have that system in place pas gyud nya kana bang mo lang na ano pa man yung proposal
So,
sige lang so mo gina I think
very
AI is a game
interesting, no?
changer
Very interesting.
AI is a game changer good so
So earlier, I asked you beyond titles with Eric Lim. Now let's go into top line na po. Beyond profit or in expansion ba? What do you want, what impact do you want top line to make in Cebu or in the country for that matter?
Well, I think for us as an organization, we're still quite young. At some point, and what we want to do here is to lay the foundation of future generations. No, not only for us. No, so what we want to do here is to create the best system, the best talent that we can do, and hopefully again, there's always succession planning. When the time comes that there's going to be a succession plan,
it's right there
it's already there, and also for us to pay it forward to society. Okay, of course, for us, at the end of the day, we have to earn because it's a business.
Yes.
We're also accountable to our employees, to our shareholders, to our investors, and everyone else. And for us to sustain that, we have to make sure that what's our North Star, and our North Star right now is to create businesses that's very, very important for society, that the companies should also earn, because when you earn, it also goes back to R&D, to the talent and everyone. So it's a cycle that we want to improve.
And Kolang, just for that, and this is for our viewers also, because at least from the circle that I'm in, when I ask people about do they want to enter into business, but it has something to do with your answer, it's because the common question actually is, what kind of business will I make money instead of where can I add value? Common gid na. Magsugod kog negosyo, unsa man ang kanamo kita ko, instead of what do I have that. Can you elaborate more of that? So that that's also a mindset that needs to shift.
Exactly, I totally agree. Because there's different kinds of businesses right now.
Correct.
Gusto ba kag kanang ilang gingon nga one time lang, one time big time or something, or do you want it like a sustaining ano? So I would highly advise when you enter into a business, it's not about 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Think of the long term.
You have to be there in the long haul. No, you have to make sure that we're actually all in, and it has to be always be long term good. Okay, when you set your sights in a 10-year roadmap or a 20-year roadmap, sometimes you still have to adjust. But basically, if you have that direction, usually not more often than not, there are answers along the way, and through experience, you find that the treasure of answers there through your experience. And I don't think like a one-time, big-time business you can learn that. No? So that's what I see.
So, kato ganina, katong value. Cebu's economy is rapidly evolving as new infrastructure or investments pour in. How do you see Topline contributing to Cebu's continued growth and development in the coming years?
Well, we see the sustainability of Cebu, given the circumstance that a lot of investors are coming in. No, if we're talking about the BPO industry, it's there. Hopefully, so the tourism pod, no, it's also part of one of the bright spots for Cebu. So, and energy is also there.
Yes.
So for us, the way we see it, if you can give a more sustainable access to energy, no, to Cebu, that could help us grow. Because if you're a developing, developing city or even a developing country, you would need all of the different sources of energy right now. So for us, we're only one of those. And of course, the service is really nice that we're looking at. But at the end of the day, what you want to do here is to craft a certain story for Cebu that could be a springboard for other entrepreneurs or other younger generations. So, well, hopefully we can do that not only on the private sector but also from the government. I think we have to help hand in hand for this one.
And then ang akong last, and then
Ako di pa.
Di pa ka. Sige. Ang akong
Sige lang na pa few minutes.
ang akong last lang, but maybe na di ko i-add later. But sige, semi-last. Just in case na baka plan.
Okay.
But you've answered portions of this already in the previous topics that we covered. But many of our viewers dream actually of becoming an entrepreneur, but a lot of them are just afraid to take that leap. What would you tell them?
Well, I would probably say, just start. You can never know if your idea is well received or not until you start. But it doesn't mean that you have to go 100%. No, you can do 50-50 just to test the market. Diba? Same with focus groups. If you find a certain product, ipatesta na mo siya, and if it makes sense, why not? If dili siya, then you go back to the drawing board and adjust a little bit. So if you don't start, you don't know where you're heading.
Kay
Or
base data.
where will that take you?
Oh, yeah. So and well, the data would show lang na it's not very very bright lang noon pod kay more or less 1 out of 10 companies man pod good, no, when they start, they would have a hard time on the first few years, which is normal. And
What is a normal hard time first few years? I know something in mind, but I want to also know what's
diba?
yours.
So they said na 9 out of 10 companies would fail in the first year. So because what you do in your planning session is actually quite different when you execute
Correct.
Yeah.
when you implement. So abi nimo nga okay na ni si product A, you would think that the market would absorb it, but nadi kay nalimtan along the way. So
Napagigya po yung variable nga wala ni mo na address.
exactly. And then implementation is like how many percent?
Percent, yes.
So it's quite huge. So you just need to implement maybe baby steps first, and then eventually, if you get the momentum going, then you add more.
And sorry if I'll press some more. So how long is a healthy runway? Kay some people, in the context of the question is sila on tama rabitag nanag and then oh, this is not working, we're not flying, stop na. Diba? So that's why there's a runway, no? Basically they just quit prematurely.
Okay. So again, it would also depend on different industries. So,
Okay.
so an example possibly would be, let's say, how about AI? AI na.
Okay.
Yes.
Sige.
Yeah.
So when they developed machine learning, it took them, I don't know, 10 years or even 15 years to do it. But after 15 years, that's the time then, di ba?
Ikalit lang siya
Kahit na
glupay.
siya saka, di ba?
Mura siya og kuan, mura siya og kung plano pa ka nang di bitaw mo kada anak dayon ba. Grabe ang uptake niya.
So muna siya karon, we just have to make sure that you have the right data, you have the right trends. You have to make sure that you're not blindsided when entering a market. Ay gusto lang ko mo himo ani mo na siya.
Yes.
Correct.
So you have to also do your research.
Yeah.
No?
Like atong question kagina nga, go for branded na lang without thinking or go for white station
Exactly.
without thinking, no?
So you have to do your research, and gestation period would depend on different industries. But ang importante lang diya, the important thing there is you just have to have the right, of course, kaya ang capital yung kailangan
Correct.
mo pod.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what
To
if
get you through the runway.
okay, what if ang runway 2 years na or 3 years na, then pag abot sa 40 year ulam mulupad na, then uy nahutdan ko.
With gasolina.
Patubi na lang ta sa light. May pagka-insert.
Okay.
Diba? So
Correct.
again,
Oh.
we have to make sure pod nga the budgeting is also
It's
important.
Di lang ka mo waldas, no? Kanang kinahanglan there's a conscious effort in how you utilize your funds for the entire
Exactly.
project. So,
Sige.
ako is, you've positioned Topline as both a local and a regional player. What are the biggest challenges and opportunities in expanding operations beyond Cebu and Visayas?
Well, actually, it gives us more flexibility as a local, no, and more focus on Cebu, and so there are pros and cons right now. So since we're a regional player, we still have to market ourselves, no. But since we're a regional player, more or less in Cebu, they also know us. So what we're doing right now in Topline is expanding in our current market. No, right now. So we're looking at Cebu, and then eventually, hopefully, in other areas. We now have a station in Dumaguete. We have a station in Ormoc. In fact, we even have a station in Siquijor, no? Siquijor. We even have a station in Siquijor. So right now, we want to make sure that we're saturating a certain market segment, that we're also comfortable, no? Where we know the market. So we're doing that right now. And then eventually, when we expand to different areas, we'll probably do the same. So it's going to be a community-based approach in terms of marketing, branding, advertising. So that's what we're doing right now for the group.
Leadership in a family-founded company can be complex.
Oh, yeah.
Yet rewarding. So how do you balance tradition and innovation in steering the top line forward?
So I just have this really great opportunity to work with my siblings. No? So with of course my parents. So as I mentioned earlier, si Ma'am Bridge is the COO operations, and si Attorney Mikey is the CFO, and they have different skill sets, and I also have my own skill sets. But when we fuse everything together, it amplifies. And for us, if we're in an environment in the office, we call ourselves professionally, ma'am, sir, or Mr. or Miss. But if we're in a family setting, we're also siblings.
Yeah.
You know? So meaning, for us, we understand that even if you're a family-grown company or you're quite, I don't know, your siblings or whatsoever, there still has that, there's that level of professionalism still has to be there. Even our well, my dad is also there, also helping us, guiding us. No, so there are a lot of things in the mix, and for us, we're just very very fortunate that we have that sibling synergy in the mix.
So nindot siya paminaw no kay kanang makita na mo ni Kenneth sa mga Korean movies kay di man nila na why sibling synergy. Anyway,
Korean movie.
So that's why if I
so
may
refreshing siya to listen ba nga kanang there is that kay kung tigbasa ka sa column ni Mr. Enrico Soriano kay kuan man na iya family successions kanang mga gyud it's a problem.
And I think
lucky gid siya.
and good point to kanang the boundaries, if we call it, where is the family line and where is the professional line. Okay, when the two starts to mix, that's when trouble in the business is brought to the home and trouble in the home is brought to the business.
Exactly.
So di kita magdungag dinner ini.
Mo na importante siguro just to add. That's why for us, we're professionalizing the company. We're getting a really good talents coming in. Example sila from the chief compliance officer, sila Attorney Tara, sila the advisors, board of advisors, sila Anja from communications, as investor relations. So for us, we're learning from everyone in the talent pool, and we also want to make sure that everyone has a say in terms of the decision making. So it's a shared vision, and we're just quite happy that we have that kind of culture in the company.
Kani promise last question. Ikaw mo gano'n matata kanina. Sige.
Okay.
Looking ahead, what's next for Topline? Are there any upcoming projects, innovations, community initiatives that you're most excited about sharing? Aside atong motor ha.
Okay. Wait, I don't know if I can disclose a lot.
Okay. Sige lang.
You're not
disclose. Ang sa ma-disclose ni mo.
So we have what we're focused right now is it's more about expansion. No? So when we made the different subsidiaries and affiliates in Topline, we made sure that there's vertical integration in place, and that's still going to be the focus moving forward in the next 5-10 years. So why do we say that? Because when we vertically integrate the different supply chains, it makes it more efficient than ever. And if it's more efficient, we can even think of other ideas in the mix that can add to the talent pool. So for one, vertical integration is going to be an integral part, and at the same time, the different processes and systems has to play a role. So that's what we're doing right now.
Okay. So nakaton ka, mag-entrepreneur na tayo eh. Anyway, so that was a good entrepreneurship 101 from Eric. Although kuwang pa gito sa mahigala, pero kanang straight na kilay ni Ken at kinisubra na sa tong oras. So, thank you, Eric. That was a very
my pleasure.
Kanang refreshing ang mga ideas of being an entrepreneur. May pala gitudlo kay baon ta ko sa akong kuon. Value. Kabalunta ko mo negotiate, but anyway, it's that's it. It's very refreshing, and thank you for the insights you've shared with us and the audience. So hopefully we've learned. You learned a lot. I learned a lot also.
I learned a lot. Yeah.
So that wraps up this edition of Beyond the Headlines. We hope today's conversation helps shed light on the bigger picture behind the story.
And once again, we'd like to thank our guest, Mr. Eugene Erik Lim, for helping us connect the dots in ways that matter.
For those who failed to catch up this interview, ay kagool. Kay naa pa ni sa atong Facebook page in the next 30 days. But at the same time, we'll have promotions for this, for you to watch the full interview with Eric. So, I'm Mildred Galarpe.
And I'm DJ Moises.
Thank you and
good afternoon.